Welcome back to the show, everybody. Check out these headlines this morning. ProCoin news exposed. We're going to talk about it. Lots to cover there when it comes to these industry leader blockchain associations. We're going to talk about it. Fed report. This is a former Ripple council member with the federal governor's board. SBI, United Nations and the XRP Ledger. That's right, the same XRP Ledger that's mentioned in the SEC versus Ripple lawsuit. That XRP Ledger. And how about an $8.50 XRP if the charts continue to play out? Somebody roll that beautiful intro.
Digital Perspectives with Brad Kimes. Come on in.
Welcome back to the show, everybody. You can follow me at Dig Perspectives on Twitter. 1.764 market cap, ladies and gentlemen. That's where we're at. $1.7 trillion market cap. We are bleeding 4.16% right now overall in the market. Bitcoin now below 40,000, 39,200 plus. Ethereum back at 2,600 and change. We see XRP at 73 cents. Let's take a look at the range of price very quickly here. 70 cents on the bottom, 75 cents on the top. We will keep an eye on it. Let's take a look at this. Shout out to Link2. Shout out to Eleanor Terrett from Fox Business News here. You want to talk about use case? You want to talk about the absurdity of the SEC suing Ripple over XRP, claiming it's a security when we know it's a currency? One of the best examples of it right here is a statement that Eleanor Terrett captured from Link2. We don't believe XRP is a security, so we're using it as a currency. That's from Link2. Link2, which offers retail investors a chance to invest in private tech companies, also gives them the opportunity to pay for their investments using XRP and other cryptos, Link2 says. They disagree with the SEC assessment that XRP is a security and have sold a substantial amount of equity in Ripple over the past 2 years using XRP. Their question at Link2 is, if the SEC believes XRP is a security, why are they allowing it to be used as a vehicle to buy other securities? Come on in. And why are they allowing U.S. investors to buy and sell it on exchanges like Uphold? Question. Fox Business News has asked the SEC, but they have not received answers to it. Shout out to Eleanor Terrett and Joe Indoso and the whole entire team, Bill Saris and everybody there at Link2. Wonderful, wonderful example of use case right there. Speaking of exposed and absurd, let's take a look at this. This is ProCoin News sharing TAIG, who's an incredible influencer in this space. He says, I wonder why Jake Travinsky hates Ripple and XRP so much. Oh, wait, now I know. He's building a decentralized protocol for autonomous interest rate markets on the Ethereum blockchain. He's pointing out where Jake used to work. Jake is general counsel, formerly Compound Labs, a financial technology company building a decentralized protocol for autonomous interest rates markets on the Ethereum blockchain. Jake, in fairness, responds back here at the time, you're right, I'm not a real lawyer, really being a little immature here because of someone's misspelling. And he says, never done work in the entertainment industry, but I'm definitely a real lawyer, real tired of XRP trolls. Good luck, sir. Well, XRP trolls, is that what we are, Jake? Or are we really now, because you are now at the Blockchain Association, we're all wondering why Jake is not doing his job as an industry leader, representing everyone in the industry. Jake has been completely silent. He said, that was my last job. I worked there for about 2.5 years. I started my current role a few months ago. For what it's worth, I don't hate Ripple and never intended to give that impression. I'm not sure why exactly you're making me out as the enemy. I think we'll probably agree on plenty. I think we probably agree on plenty too. But what I'm interested in you actually speaking to, Jake, now that you've gotten Chatty Cathy here, is what is the blockchain's position on John Deaton's class action representing 65,000 XRP holders, Jake? Can John Deaton and the 65,000 investors count on your support and assistance from the Blockchain Association? And why has your association been so silent on this case for so many? It doesn't stop there, unfortunately, right? Because we know we really need answers here. So I'm asking again, Jake Chervinsky, will you come out and make a public statement calling for a public audit of the Ethereum Alliance and consensus, just like the majority shareholders have done? If you're an industry leader, why has your organization been so silent on the class action case? And it goes to Perry Ann Boring now, Digital Chamber of Commerce here, who said in this clip that she really believes Bitcoin and Ethereum are commodities, they're free and clear, and the rest of the market needs to be really decided as digital asset securities. So she's aligning with Gary Gensler in her comments in this hearing, which you'll hear in a second. But I'm asking her the same. Will you and Digital Chamber of Commerce make a public statement calling for a public audit, as the majority shareholders have now done, of consensus? And why have you not offered assistance to John Deaton and the 65,000 XRP investors? Do you represent industry or special interests? After hearing this clip, you may have your own answer.
Mr. Bankman-Fried, if you go by market cap, the vast majority are commodities. Bitcoin and Ether today compose over 60% of the market capitalization of the entire digital asset ecosystem, and they've been defined as a commodity by the CFTC today. There's other categories. We kind of talked about categories of digital assets. Another one is intentional digital asset securities. One is intentional digital asset securities.
There you have it. Now is that Perry Ann Boring or is that Gary Gensler talking? I'm just curious if we could hear from Perry Ann and Jake to clear that up, because I'll tell you who clears it up. It's John Deaton here. I asked John Deaton, I said, John, other than the public ridicule or commenting how poorly done the legal work is on his original submission to the court to be a part of the court process of the SEC versus Ripple, have any of these people offered an ounce of assistance? Maybe time to publicly audit these associations that claim they represent the entire space, but are starting to appear like they may be special interest backed. John Deaton says, Brad, there's been no contact. Anyone who reads my very unusual writ of mandamus, it says here, and analyzes it solely within the four corners of the document while only reviewing the mandamus case law fails to see the big picture. Filing the mandamus was a strategic move designed to force a response. And that's exactly what he's done. This is really troubling, and we are not letting this go. We're going to find out, and they're going to speak to us, or they are going to hear from us ad nauseum. It really, really deserves a response from the associations. Right here, Rather Common, he says a lawyer's perspective on the U.S. payment system's evolution of money. Who is it, though? Jess Chang. That's who it is. That's right. Used to be at Ripple. Yeah, Deputy General Counsel, come on in. Shout out to Rather Common for this. She writes a really great note here, is what she calls it, on analyzing what's going on with the digital money age, right? And the evolution of the U.S. payment system. I want to take you to a couple spots in here, one of which kind of lends to some clues, because we're seeing what her suggestion is. In this particular description, layout of this little graph here, or not a graph, but this little section here, image, it basically explains the legislative expansion of the Federal Reserve Network from 1913, 17, 78, 80, and 2010. As the network has progressed and grown, and technologies and advancements, they make these additions and encompass them inside of the regulatory framework, right, and guidance. So in 2010, the network was expanded further with the policy goal of promoting financial stability in connection with the financial crisis at the time and the adoption of Dodd-Frank Wall Street Reform and Consumer Protection Act. Congress further expanded the scope of the network, the designated financial market utilities. This is what we talk about all the time, ladies and gentlemen, which also becomes subject to federal oversight when so designated by the Financial Stability Oversight Council, FSOC, baby. Jess Chang is referencing the exact agency the Treasury, FSOC, and of course OFAC's connected in that as well on the foreign side. This, I believe, will be a part of making clarity for RippleNet, XRPLedger, and the native token XRP. I really do believe that is to come. And to some extent, it's being highlighted here in the natural progression as we move now to even more non-bank payment systems, which is what she's referencing here, that are a part of this payments network. Why is that a problem? It's a problem because the non-bank payment systems sit outside of the regulatory framework that your regular commercial banks and other payment providers do. So this discusses as the innovation of stable coins and non-bank institutions like a Ripple, which is not mentioned, but that's what they're talking about here. Non-bank companies that tend to involve money moving or from bank account in some way. Examples, PayPal or Venmo. We know that Mr. Ahmed from PayPal said a couple years ago they could be using something like Ripple and XRP for low-value payments right now if they had the clarity. So this talks about stable coins as well. It goes on to talk about how you could use that, and obviously whether the couple approaches of having either the surplus held in a FDIC account or other options, which we're all aware of. This is obviously bringing the attention to the idea that something has to be done. And the takeaway I get from all of this report is that someone like the Treasury and FSOC is going to have to come in and figure out which non-bank institutions and which stable coins, if they go this route, will be held to a heightened prudential, more than likely due to FSOC designation of systemically important. We'll keep an eye on it. On the other side of the pond, this is what SBI is doing, original seed investor in Ripple. Yeah, absolutely. Shout out to T for this one. It says, we provide MoneyTap Business and MoneyTap Transfer or money transfer app for smartphones that utilizes Ripple's distributed ledger technology, a next-generation financial infrastructure that utilizes distributed ledger technology, DLT. By connecting, you can take advantage of the various financial services that MoneyTap connects. Yeah, that's all. Yeah, that's all. Yeah, the same one that's being sued by the United States. This is why I say this is a very legal procedure that needs to be done to define this company, this technology, and the asset that sits on it. Because if you don't, how are you ever going to move the amount of money that we understand it's able to move? Another reminder here from back in February of 2021 with this diagram from T as well here. This is RippleNet XRP in the chain here. We see Valente, Volpe. We know that Ripple is partnered with Valente and Volpe, and somewhere along this chain where it's applicable, I do believe we will ultimately see, after clarity, the use of XRP as well as RippleNet. This is a reminder right here just how big it is, ladies and gentlemen. The same XRP ledger that is involved in the same SEC versus Ripple lawsuit is going to be used in conjunction with the United Nations and Zang.com. Take a look right here. Zang.com will develop a carbon credit solution on the XRP ledger for issuance of tokenized carbon credits in accordance with the standards set by the leading industry working groups and the Interwork Alliance, a global blockchain business council initiative and task force on scaling voluntary carbon markets, of which Zang.com is a member. This is all backed right here, working hand in hand with the UN development system. That's the United Nations, ladies and gentlemen. I see stuff like this, and I'm not worried about the lawsuit. I'm encouraged by it, because having that makes us, I believe, the most compliant and vetted digital asset on planet Earth once this case is over. And legal analysts tell us this case will be over this year. This is Dark Defender right here, who says, as most of you know, I'm sharing the coffee cup pattern for a long time. There are two variations in literature here, cup with a handle, cup without. It goes on to say, if XRP completes the cup and handle pattern, with the same performance as ETH has done, she shall reach $8.50, and I would not be upset about any of that. That is for sure. And then take a look at this right here, ladies and gentlemen. If you're not sure what to do about your taxes, you don't need to be. All you need to do is contact Clinton Donnelly, and he's going to take care of you. He is the foremost authority on crypto taxes, bar none. Link in the description underneath the video. That's going to do it for me. Have a great day, everybody. Enjoy your Saturday with family, friends, or just hanging out alone. Doesn't matter. Sometimes that's a great day too. I'll catch all of you on the next one.